What's up, guys? So Trump has been on the warpath when it comes to illegal Somalis and the Somali fraud in Minnesota and everything else, given some really crazy interviews. This is all just over the last 24 hours, throwing some hard right hooks at the administrations that are allowing this fraud to happen in the United States. So let's check out some of these statements he's made.
Yeah.
On Tim Walz, Mr. President, do you think he should resign over the fraud scandal in his state?
And who should?
Tim Walz. Over the fraud scandal.
Tampon Tim.
Look, I think the man's a grossly incompetent man. I thought that from the day I watched JD destroy him and the day.
You know, it's kind of interesting that we have Tim Walz now in the center of this big Somali fraud scam. Okay, now stay with me for a sec, right? There's hundreds of Minnesota government employees coming out saying that the Walz administration knew about this. Didn't that senator that get shot and killed like a year ago, wasn't she shot and killed by a Walz appointee after she had just voted against giving money to illegal immigrants? And didn't he claim that Walz authorized the hit? Now, I don't think anything's ever going to come of that, but that's definitely something interesting to think of in the back of your mind, huh?
I was saying, who was more incompetent, that man or my man? I had a man and he had a man. They were both incompetent, and I had a man and a woman. I thought she was very incompetent too, but now she's leading the field, and I think she's leading the field in this, for the nomination. Anyway, look, that's up to them. That's up to the Democrats. You know, the problem with them is they have really bad policy. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want them to change it necessarily. Because I want to run against it, whether it's not going to be me, it's going to be somebody that's going to probably sitting at this table.
JD48.
Could be a couple of people sitting at this table. Could be a couple of people running together sitting at this table, you know, but I want them to win because we've done a great job for this country, and I want that to be carried forward. And you know, I think we have a tremendous bench, really a tremendous bench. But no, I think that Walz is a grossly incompetent man. There's something wrong with him. Okay, there's something wrong with him. And when you look at what he's done with Somalia.
Yeah.
Which is barely a country, you know. They have no anything. They just run around killing each other. There's no structure. And when I see somebody like Ilhan Omar, who I don't know at all, but I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America, is a bad place. Hates everybody, hates Jewish people, hates everybody. And I think she's an incompetent person. She's a
typical lefty.
Terrible person. But when I watch what is happening in Minnesota, the land of 1,000 lakes, or however many lakes they have, they got a lot of lakes. But this beautiful place, and I see these people ripping it off. And now I'm understanding, and you're going to look at that, Scott. I hear they ripped off Somalians. Ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country is no good for a reason. Their country stinks. And we don't want them in our country. I can say that about other countries too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it.
I mean, Trump has made that point a few times, and I think it's really accurate. I mean, I don't know if you guys feel it, but I definitely feel it. But it feels like our country is at a very pivotal point right now. We just had 4 years of absolute nonsense with nothing but canceling and social issues and hyper empathy, suicidal levels of empathy, and wasting money, just blowing our money all over the world, giving it to everyone for every dumb reason, and corruption at an all-time high. And now we're seeming to reel some of that back, but is it really making a difference? Can we undo what the last 4 years of Biden did and all those years leading up? I mean, the economy's so broke, everything else. Like, are we actually going to be able to fix it Are we going to be able to get over that tipping point? I don't know.
We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
Oof.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
All right, so that was Trump yesterday. And then a few hours later, he gave another press conference and got asked even more about the Somali crisis in Minnesota.
Minneapolis, Jacob Frey is saying that he's actually proud to have the largest Somali community in the country, and his police chief.
Well, then he's a fool.
Well, his police chief is also
I
saying
wouldn't be
that
proud to have the largest Somalian.
That dude beat out a Somali in a Somali population in Minnesota in his district. And he beat it by learning Somali and enacting a blood feud between the ruling class of Somali and other sects of Somali that have a generational blood feud. If you guys didn't know that, his opponent was part of a sect that is ruling in Somali, and Frey came in and basically said, why are you going to vote for this guy that sect didn't treat you right back in Somalia when you can vote for someone that wants to make Minnesota for all Somalians? Like, this is American politics now, man. American politics, you got to win by enacting blood feuds, generational blood feuds from other countries. It's wild.
Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other. Look, these Somalians have taken billions of dollars out of our country. They've taken billions and billions of dollars. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar. She shouldn't be allowed to be a congresswoman, and I'm sure people are looking at that. And she should be thrown the hell out of our country.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are questioning if Ilhan can be here. Apparently, there was sketchy stuff with her marriage supposedly being to her brother. I haven't dove into it too much yet to really see how much facts are at that, but the amount of people that talk about it, that say they've looked into it, it seems like that's legitimate, that she married somebody who is technically related to her, and that's how she got her citizenship. I don't know. It's wild. It seems crazy to me that she can openly give speeches about how proud she is of Somalia and things like that. Like, here, I'll just show it to you guys. This is crazy to me that this is a Minnesota congressman talking about the president of Somalia, which she is hosting in Minnesota. Starts out with, I'm very honored to have the chance that our president of Somalia, and the crowd goes wild. President, whatever his name is, lets us give him a warm welcome to Minneapolis. The president and I have a special relationship. I call him uncle and he calls me his girl. Welcome to your home. Our home is your home. Welcome to Minneapolis. We are very happy that Hassan is our president. Like, how is that an elected official in the United States? Like, I'll go back to Trump here, but that just blows me away. Like, I don't understand.
And most of those people, they have destroyed Minnesota, okay? That beautiful land, that beautiful state, it's a hellhole right now. And the Somalians should be out of here. They've destroyed our country. And all they do is complain, complain, complain. You have her, she's always talking about the Constitution provides me with, go back to your own country and figure out your Constitution. All she does is complain about this country. And without this country, she would not be in very good shape. She probably wouldn't be alive right now. So Somalia is...
Very likely.
considered by many to be the worst country on earth.
But her president is the Somali president. That's her girl, or his girl.
I hope. But what Somalia, what the Somalian people have done to Minnesota is not even believable. It's not even believable.
So yeah, Trump just coming out and saying it. Ilhan Omar shouldn't be here. She doesn't want to be here. Somalians can go back to their destroyed country if they don't like the United States. And frankly, I mean, I can't help but agree, right? Like any American, if we're willing to be so compassionate and so empathetic as to open our doors to allow people in from ravaged countries, give them welfare, give them health insurance, give them citizenship, give them food stamps, give them all this stuff that every citizen that has worked and paid taxes and has had generations of their family work and pay taxes, they get all those same benefits out of the kindness of our American hearts. And then all they want to do is talk about how horrible the country is and how much better they had it back home. Then go home. No one's forcing Ilhan Omar to be here. No one's forcing any of the Somalis to be here, especially all the illegal ones. We need to stop putting up with this stuff, man. We need to stop putting up with this stuff before it's too late. You look at what's happened in the UK and Canada and other places, and I think they're a little too late. It's still not too late in the US. First thing we got to do is get out all of the illegals, because those are ones that shouldn't even be here. And then we got to take a much more stern look at the people we have allowed to be here and see if it's really the best thing for our country and for our society as a whole. All cultures are not equal, and all cultures are definitely not able to blend together. There's plenty of countries across the world where women still don't have rights. There's plenty of countries where slavery is still a common occurrence. There's plenty of countries where SA is so common that 99% of the population has been SA'd if they're female. Do you want those people moving in as neighbors? It just doesn't make sense. People coming in should be grateful to be here, willing to contribute, willing to conform to our culture. Doesn't mean they have to completely give up their culture themselves. Learning English doesn't mean you forget your other language. You could still talk that at home, teach it to your children, keep the culture and the things that you want from your previous culture going in your household with your lineage while learning the language and adapting to American culture. If you're going to eat the fruits of the tree, you got to be willing to plant it. You got to be willing to water it. If all you're doing is picking the fruit off the tree and walking away, you don't deserve to be here. I want to see Trump talking like this more and more. He was doing it the first few weeks, and then he kind of seemed to soften up on a lot of things, but he needs to get a lot harder on a lot of this stuff. Not only talk about it, but put it into actions. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Let's get back to work. Keep praying. I'll see you in the next one.